Here is a Lasko window fan. It's a comfort watcher. It's going to keep it real comfortable. The model number is 2138. Twin window fan. 0.63 amps. Made in China! Ooh. For household use only. And it's not UL listed, it's only ETL listed. I thought this was going to be an older model, but it have the fused plug, so it can't be any older than like 03 maybe, or 02. It has to be a fairly recent make, which is surprising because the extender panels here are metal. So this is actually fairly well made. And the blade pitch looks pretty satisfactory as well. This is some serious blades on there. And probably the Raider motors. Secure with a nut as opposed to one of those stupid clips, so it should be fairly easy to service. Yeah, those blades are pretty serious. Still got the old flag logo, so this must be early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. It can't be any later than that. I remember seeing variants of this around, I think, but not too often. It's got the slots for the feet, so it could have been used as a tabletop fan as well, though it's not really a super practical form factor for the table use. It looks to be pretty low hours. The blades are barely dusty at all. So it looks like we have high and low controls for speed, but each fan can be reversed individually, but not turned on and off or speed controlled individually. And then we have a, I'm guessing this is a thermostat here. I don't hear any clicking on or off. But we'll start on intake and we'll start with low. It's quiet. Let's see if we can get this to stand up here just a little bit. Okay, I like this. I like this fan. That's pretty quiet. And it's pushing a decent amount of air. Across the room I can still feel it's not strong, but there is some air moving. And it's very, very quiet. Yeah, I kind of figured it would be based on those blades. They're totally out of clock. Both of them. This one's a little better. I really don't understand why these plastic molds are so consistently not symmetrical. I would think that it should be so simple to make a symmetrical mold out of plastic at this point. So it looks like maybe this one was used on intake and this one was used on exhaust, because we have no accumulation of dust on the back on this side like we do on that side. Look at how stinking wobbly the hubs are. That's ridiculous. It's hard to tell because there's two different blades, but it doesn't feel like it's shaking or particularly out of balance or vibrating or anything like that. The power information is 0.39 the amps, 42 the watts, with a power factor of 0.9. Not too bad. Seems to be more powerful on reverse. I don't know why that would be. Maybe the blades are closer to the back. These don't have any shrouds on them, so the aerodynamics really aren't the greatest. Sounds like it might run a little faster on reverse too, but it's overall pretty reasonable. It's a gentle breeze, but it flows. It pushes pretty far away from the fan. Okay, the high. Yeah, it's still not all that loud. Decent airflow. So this is going to be an 8-inch model, and the problem with these is that the actual volume of air moved, the CFMs, it's just kind of minimal because the surface area of the blade is so small. It looks like they really could have used a blade that's an inch bigger. I don't know why it was opted to use something so small. Now look at all the space in between the the edges of the frame and the blade ends. It's a little ridiculous. It's just still quiet. It's definitely quieter than those Holmes ones. And if we go all the way across the room here, oh yeah, I can still feel it. This is a pretty decent fan. And of course, having the humidistat is nice at night, or not the humidistat, the thermostat nice this time of year, because it gets cold at night. That's cutting off. That's 66 degrees. Power information is 0.61 the amps, 70 the watts, and a power factor of 0.95. That's a pretty reasonable amount of power for this to consume. Now we'll switch it to off. Now the motors could fare to be serviced, although the one on the left seems to be pretty good. Yeah, the dust accumulation on the blades is also consistent with the theory that the one on the left was used for intake and the one on the right was used for exhaust. Alright, well this is pretty good. This is definitely going to be used a lot in the windows here. So we'll do a clean service on this any soon. Or knowing me in like 5 years from now.